Good morning, afternoon, and evening, everybody.
Hello,
Hey, this is Christina
and
and
Paula.
Paula. All right, we have September's newsletter here. We have been really, really busy. One of the things we've done is we are expanding Atlantic Institute to nationwide. So we need everybody's help sharing our email that you get and share it with those nationwide and invite them to join some of our programs. We have hired independent dialogue program planners that are working with us. And so what we want to do is welcome them. We have Brian, Jasper, Coy, Maria, Peter, Catherine, and Tosca. And each of them are producing a dialogue conversation each month. And that's what the neat part is they're all in different parts of the US. So they're producing conversations kind of like what's on the pulse points of where they live. So we're going to learn a lot more different things. So this month, this is what we're going to go through is our newsletter. We have first thing is we have our book club, which is continuing. It's Marvels of the Heart. This is being led by Dr. Scott Segrist. He is with the Citadel in Charleston, South Carolina. He is also an accomplished author, and his book that he really enjoys, he's really enjoyed this book. And so he really is looking forward to having a discussion with you guys on it. So the first club meeting for it is on the 7th at 7 p.m. And it will contain conversation based on the first half of the book. So if you decide to join and you haven't read much of it yet, you will only be discussing the first half of the book. In October, he will discuss the rest of the book or the whole book. All right, so sign up for that book club, Marvels of the Heart. That is September 7th. Then scrolling down, we have our Zentangle inspired art cultural creations drawing class. This class, I will tell you, is almost already full. There is a waiting list. So if you are interested in joining this is quite popular. Go ahead and sign up. And you will be added to the list, and hopefully we will be able to get you in. All right. Then on the 11th at 7 p.m., join us with one of our independent dialogue coordinators, Brian Gar. He is very knowledgeable on AI. So he is going to lead a conversation with two influential AI leaders from different areas of the world on generative artificial intelligence. Will it change the way we work? This should be a very interesting, timely discussion since we are seeing a lot more emergence of things like ChatGPT, all sorts of AI related things in our society. So I encourage you to join in the conversation so that you can listen and learn. And we are going to be learning from people that are very well knowledged in this field. All right. Then we have September 14th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Cultural Differences. How does your culture shape your mental health? That is hosted by Koi Blue. She is bringing this very timely discussion to up to the surface for us because many times where you are raised and your culture does influence your mental health. So the discussions that we have on this should be quite interesting for us to listen and learn. It will help to shape some more diversity knowledge on our parts, to know when you're talking with somebody and meeting somebody that and helping people. Sometimes of those of you in the helping profession have to be aware of the shape that diversity plays on mental health. All right. So then we have the 16th at 11 o'clock, our Life Skills for Teens class, how to proofread and how to send a professional email. I can't tell you how many times, many years ago when I was in my 20s, I even had to help grown salespeople learn how to send an email. So sending a professional email is actually quite important. It's something that I work with my 16 and 20-year-olds here at home when they're working on their college classes. You'd be surprised how many don't know how to actually do this. So teens, have your teens join us on the 16th at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to learn how to proofread and how to send a professional email. All right, then our next conversation is going to be on cuisines of different cultures. This is a favorite for everybody. This is corn and okra salad. This should be a wonderful summertime, going into the fall time treat because these two pieces of these two vegetables tend to be a later crop sometimes. Then I know we've got some of that frozen now from our garden. So it's something to be something that you can pull out and go ahead and make. So this should be kind of an interesting dish to make. And there's always a good way to learn how to make okra. I can just tell you that from my experience. Doesn't always have to be battered and fried. And sometimes it's soaked in tomato sauce and cooked till it's upon its death. But sometimes there's definitely better ways to learn how to make okra. All right. So then our next class is Saturday, September 23rd at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. This is on community gardens. What were they historically? Do we need them now? Hosted by Jasper. Jasper is a student over in, I think, Wisconsin or Wyoming. One of those over there.
Wisconsin.
Yes, Wisconsin. And I'm looking forward to this conversation because this is coming from a college student's perspective with some of their knowledge and the speakers that they're able to acquire. So this is going to be a very, very fun discussion. And I think where we are economically, community gardens are starting to pop back up, and we're seeing a little bit more and more of them. We're seeing people that want to learn how to create them and what to do with them. So it's kind of important to have this knowledge on this. All right, then our last discussion of the month of September, possibly the last discussion. I probably might squeeze another one in there somewhere, but we have a awesome discussion on blessing of the animals. This is something that a lot of different churches and a lot of different faiths offer. And Tosca, our independent dialogue coordinator in Alabama, is actually going to bring this conversation to light for us. And I have people from a couple different faiths talk about the blessing of the pets that they do, why it's done, why it's important to do. I know the church that I belonged to up in Greenville before, they did a blessing of the pets every year as well. And I always thought it was interesting. I didn't understand there actually is a lot behind it. And so we are looking forward to listening and learning about this. And we might even have a moment where we can have any of your pets that you join in with us virtually blessed as well, that you can go individually into a Zoom room and do a blessing with one of the pastors or priests or whomever we have leading the discussion on the blessing of the pets. So that we will release to you some information later on. All right, and that is all we have for the month of September, but I will warn you, September is Hispanic Heritage Month, so I am saving one more thing that is not on this list yet that I'm working on in the background with our dialogue coordinator, Maria. So hopefully we have an interesting Espanol conversation in this month as well.
I feel, Christina, well, adding all these diverse people, that we almost have something for everyone. So hopefully they'll join in on at least one of these events.
Absolutely. That would be the hope that we have. We
Yeah.
have things from cooking all the way to mental health discussions, all the way from people that have animals, all the way to AI
Gardening.
conversations and gardening. So I think, and then we even have something for your teenagers.
Yes.
So I think this would be a great month. And if you like the in-depth conversation, we have a book club, you know, to have an in-depth conversation on things. So hopefully this will be a great month of conversation of programming. All right. You all have a great September.